would certainly say that you can do same work for 25 years, or you do 2.5 years of work, which can remain for 25 years. I would certainly say the attitude of agility, attitude of resilience, attitude makes you basically what a leader is. Actually, it is not about a cultural fit. I would call it's a cultural integration. Culture is seen after the town hall, what people speak. Culture is what about after the boardroom, when people go to the canteen, what they speak. Culture. Second question is for the interviewer. Are you going to giving interview for the job or for career? But you will not be hired for your technical knowledge. You are hired because of the competence and the capability. Thanks, Ajay. This is a very deep and a very important question. So thanks for asking this. And I will give you a very boring answer. Prepare and mug up for the role, mug up for the profession. If you have a passion to bring the knowledge and convert knowledge into competence, you are the right person to be in the HR profession.
Hi viewers, if you have ever applied to dozens of jobs and heard nothing back, if you have ever wondered why less qualified people sometimes get selected, if you have ever confused about whether companies hire for skills, attitude, culture fit, or just luck, then this episode is for you. Most job seekers are trying hard but using the wrong signals. They focus only on resumes while hiring leaders are evaluating far more than that. And the cost of not knowing this is huge. So today you are directly going to learn from a global HR leader what really makes a candidate stand out, why good applicants still get rejected, how companies assess culture fit, and how to build a long-term career path even into leadership. To answer this, I have brought someone who has spent decades making hiring decisions across multiple countries, industries, and business transformations. He has seen talent markets evolve, led people integration during major mergers, built high-performing teams, and understands exactly why some candidates rise while others stay stuck. So without wasting a single second, let's hear it from the horse's mouth. Let's hear it from Devesh, Srivastav Sir, Global HR Director and Regional HR Head at Centrient Pharmaceuticals. Devesh Sir, welcome to Let's Hear It From.
Thank you, Ajay. Namaskar to all of you.
Yes. Sir, I quickly come to the first question. Devesh sir, you have spent nearly 25 years in HR across different industries and geographies, like from India to APSC to North America and even Europe. Looking back, what have been some of the most defining moments that really shaped you as an HR leader, and how have these cross-cultural experiences influenced the way you understand people and talent today?
Ajay sir, first of all, thank you for inviting me, and hopefully this conversation should help for the people who are listening and hearing this more what to do and also what not to do.
Yes,
absolutely. So over a period of time, we have learned and we have moved around it, and we see. And by the way, your comments are also a little bit of discriminatory that you're talking about my age, that I have already given 22 to 25 years. But yes, I think that's make a big difference in career span of such a long period. And Ajay, as you started talking about it, how things are moving in the industry, I would certainly say that you can do same work for 25 years, or you do 2.5 years of work, which can remain for 25 years. And that's basically where the whole people dynamics and the evolve of your journey is working on it. Yeah, it's around 2.5 decade of service, and if I look at it, I would certainly make it very simple that in a career like this, you don't prepare yourself actually. It's basically you prepare your skills, competence, and capability. And that help you to create your journey where you are.
Absolutely.
And you are blessed if you have, very importantly, that you have your superiors and if your team members are there with you. Alone is very difficult to be what you want to achieve. So I would say it's an excellent journey for me, overwhelming, working in multicultural, I would say not only just the culture, but also from the industry segments where I have worked. Yes, to a great extent, I have spent more than 2 decades in pharma, which is slightly different than many other segments. And that's where I also say, I'm blessed that there is a purpose of my last 2 decades to work in an industry which is not only talking about life, but it's also talking about life saving. And that's, I think it's a very important for me.
Absolutely. Such an in-depth and such a matured answer, Devesh sir. Let's move ahead to the next question. Devesh sir, beyond qualifications, resumes, and years of experience, when you meet someone you would genuinely call great talent, what is it that really stands out to you?
See, it's an excellent question, Ajay. And if you look at it, this word talent, I recollect where I started my journey. At that point in time, it used to be personal officer. And I have lived a journey from personal officer to chief human resource officer.
Yes.
It is HR administration to human transformation.
Yes.
This is the journey of last 2.5 decades, if you look at it. And in that particular place, if you have to think about what is talent, most of the viewers and most of the listeners can easily differentiate between skill, knowledge, and attitude.
Mm-hmm.
Skills is something which you can learn, which you can grab, you can acquire. Knowledge, you can read, you can listen, you can get, and you get into a certification and all those kind of a thing. The most important thing is basically the attitude.
Oh, I see.
Attitude makes a difference. So the moment you talk about talent, the most important piece in talent is where is this attitude is. I would certainly say the attitude of agility, attitude of resilience, attitude makes you basically what a leader is. That makes you differentiate from the others because knowledge is everywhere. Again, coming back to your question of 2.5 decades of, I remember during those times, not everything was visible on the day one. Today, you open your mobile, you are the same information which a US guy is taking or a German guy is listening or an India guy or an African continent. So what makes you different to use that information is basically your attitude and make your career. So for me, the talent is more differentiated with the attitude, and that's make you more successful.
Amazing, such an insightful answer, Devesh sir. Let's move forward. Devesh sir, tell us in a global organizations where people come from such diverse backgrounds, cultures, and work styles. So, how do you personally evaluate whether someone is truly the right cultural fit for your organization?
See, I have a little challenge to work about cultural fit.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, it is not about a cultural fit. I would call it's a cultural integration. Mm-hmm. It's not about a fitment. It's more about the cultural integration which we talk about. Mm-hmm. Fortunately, by virtue of my superiors, by virtue of my skills which I have acquired during this and the attitude which I have developed, got the opportunity to work across India and multiple places. I've worked in Europe, I have worked in APAC. There are two things which we should understand very clearly. One, the culture, and the other one is professional culture. How to differentiate? Let's example, when you are working in Germany, I can bet you if there is a meeting called at 3 p.m., a person will be available at 2:59. In India, just to give an example and a context for it, the person will be available at maybe at 3:59, 2:59 or 3:05, because he's still talking about traffic. He's still thinking about maybe let's say the ecosystem which is finding a network or some kind of a thing, which means there are few things which is controllable and there are few things which is uncontrollable. Our ecosystem certainly gives you a little margin of 10 to 15 minutes, whereas in some culture this is not acceptable. Now, does it mean that there is anything which we should judge? And that's again coming back to the journey is not about judgment. It's all about observation and adjustment to the various cultures. And that's where I'm saying is the cultural integration. Am I able to respect people? Am I building the trust within the people? No, culture is a very, very big word which has been used multiple times, and you might have seen different quotes on culture if you talk about it. But how to define that culture? Culture is not what you see in the boardroom. Culture is not what you see in the walls. Culture is seen after the town hall, what people speak. Culture is what about after the boardroom when people go to the canteen, what they speak. For me, it's a very firm belief. Culture is what when people are doing alone, when nobody is watching them. That's the organizational culture. Now, in different cultures, again, if you look at it, it's a very interesting thing, Ajay, you will fully agree with me. People have a joy or tears almost on the same thing across the geographies. The only differentiation is the degree. Okay. People want to be promoted, people want to be paid, people want to be recognized, people want to respect, people want to get respect, people want to be rewarded. All those things are more or less the same. But there is a differentiation of how and what. What you see in Latin America is very different than what you see in Europe. And again, in Europe, you will see a very different between a German to a France to Italian to Spanish. But what is more important for us to understand what is the integration of these cultures so that you respect the diversity, you respect their approach rather than being judgmental. I think that's very, very important.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Another insightful answer. So let's move forward to some challenges in recruitment. Devesh sir, hiring has become far more complex than it used to be. From your perspective, what are some of the biggest challenges companies and HR leaders are facing when it comes to finding and hiring the right talent today?
Ajay, I can be a little provocative here. And here I'm provocative to the leadership and also to the HR fraternity. Interestingly, if you see, in the last 1.5 decade, some of the tools and techniques has been changed for the hiring, but by and large the same. You are still having the CV. CV yes. will be sent to the line manager will shortlist will be sent back to HR. HR will organize the interviews, and then finally we get into various chain of interviews, and then the selection happens. My question is very simple. Are you hiring for a person or for a position? Second question is for the interviewer. Are you going to giving interview for the job or for career?
Okay.
Third very important thing for me is basically we are talking about when I say that are you looking for a career or you are looking for a job. It's basically also the process which HR people have defined and designed over a period of time. Is it a process of selection or a process of rejection? You know, quite often you will say, I've seen this candidate. Okay. No, I don't want this. Give me this. Your focus is on rejection or your focus is in selection? In a very lighter way, I'm saying your end product is basically the end of all the rejections. As an HR fraternity, we need to keep thinking about, am I focusing on the selection or am looking too much of transaction on the rejection side? And that's coming back to the topic of the people who are giving interview. Are they talking about their personal experiences or they are talking about perspective? I've seen people in interview, they come with a lot of preparation. If they will ask about this, so a lot of discussion about on the technical knowledge. Yes, it is required. But you will not be hired for your technical knowledge. You are hired because of the competence and the capability. So let me use the word. You have skill, you have competence, and you have capability. The real challenge comes to find out the competence. Skill I can find out because of your excellent resume which has been prepared, either by yourself, by somebody else, outside support, or now AI. Somebody will give excellent flashy things.
Yes.
Now you have to sum up with that. Are you able to talk about your skills, or you're talking about your competence? Oh, I am this. Yes. Now tell me about your capability. You have a skill, your competence. Are you capable enough to deliver? The interview is not about cut and paste. What I have done in Centrient, not necessarily I will go and do the paste in somewhere other. So I need to understand the business first. Talking about personal perspective to business perspective, people go and talk about a lot. What will be my salary range? They'll do a lot of Googling, but have they ever done specially a study about what are the business problems this company has faced? Now, this is a question which I'm asking to all the people who are going for interview. We normally look at the brand, the title, what kind of a salary range, how they are good paymasters and all those things. But I miss to think about it, whether I have prepared what are the challenges they faced in the last 3 years. Are they into the good growth? Are they facing some product challenge? Are they facing any quality challenge? If they have faced, what kind of things which they have done? What are the things they have not done? Let me prepare that. Because I have a firm belief, people drive business, and business driven through people. So if you go with that preparation, I think your selection is more guaranteed rather than looking at what is and how I'm going to do it. So that's my small perspective for that.
It looks small, but it has given a bigger angle into the career forum. Let's move forward, Devesh ji. Sir, based on your thousands of candidates you have interacted with over the years, where do you think most candidates unintentionally fall short during the recruitment process?
This is a question which need not to be answered by the people who are interviewed or by the people who are actually interviewing. Is basically the leadership question. We have a business plan, we have a 3-year plan, we have 5-year plan, a strategy plan. Is your people strategy has been inbuilt with this with your business strategy? And where I'm a small topic I'm talking about. For example, you have a business strategy for the next 18 to 3 months. I will not talk about 5 years. Let's say 36 months. What is it? Is it a growth strategy? Is it a cost optimization strategy? Or is it all to hold on what you have achieved, like a market? So I'm having a 16% market share. I want to hold this 16%. That itself will be my great achievement. Now, having said that, when you are interviewing the people at mid-level and above senior level, are you linking that? Are you going to get the same competence for these people? Are you ready to look at what kind of a set of competencies needed for the 3 to 5 years? I doubt, because we go back with the basic style of interviewing. Okay, what you have done, this is how you start your career, how you have worked, what you have achieved there, what was your sales plan, what is your growth plan, what your this. And then we start looking at some of the skills, which is like a communication skill, how the person is giving you. But we are not been able to dig a little more deep as far as his capability in terms of delivering for your company. He might be a successful somewhere else. Is he the same guy who will be successful with you? And that's where the interviewer has to be a little more ready. So these are the things which I would certainly like to position on them.
Yes. Sir, moving forward, let's come to my favorite question, company cultures. Devesh sir, company culture, already you have touched this topic previously. Company culture is something every organization talks about, but candidates often struggle to understand what it actually looks like in a day-to-day work. So in practical terms, sir, how would you describe the culture at your organization?
Thanks, Ajay. This is a very deep and a very important question. So thanks for asking this. And I will give you a very boring answer. Let me see this. And then let's see if that makes you a little more interesting. Ajay is a business unit head of a company. he is making his departmental meeting in 15 to 18 people. And Ajay is saying, oh, I really like Devesh. Whenever I leave, he is the last person to leave the department. Or he's giving, Devesh is really very hardworking guy. Sometime I even see his email coming at the midnight at 12 o'clock or 11:30. Now these two statements is basically an appreciation to Devesh and his hard work. But in the hindsight, you have set up the culture. Late sitting is appreciated. Sending emails in the late night is basically liked by my boss. The culture basically is not what written on the wall. I have said this. Culture is not about what has been prepared in the posters. Culture is basically what you talk and what you walk. And in a more simple word, if I look at it, your incentive and punitive measures are basically define the culture. If I appreciate the right thing, people will follow. Okay, this is basically to be appreciated. That's why I should follow that. And if I do this, I will get a punitive measures, which I will be said that, oh, this is not the way you should do. And I think that's basically people, let's say, set up the culture in the organization. Of course, there are multiple things which I can add on. Go to the reception, sit in the reception, see in 15 minutes, you get a feel. Okay, what kind of a culture this is? An open culture, is it condensed culture, is it? And that's will define a lot of things which people would like to see. So, as I said, it will be a very boring answer for that because many of you have listened and heard this. But I really believe that the culture is basically a mindset which works from the leadership to top down and also bottoms up. Also, that what kind of a question you're asking in the town hall.
Yes.
I have seen people will asking all welfare, canteen, parking problem, canteen problem, food problem. Yes, they should. But there should be a forum for that. And that's where you will see that, okay, what people are asking, where their interest is, and how organization is responding. The town halls is a great example of setting up your culture.
Yes, you have answered it so right. Sir, moving forward, Devesh sir, mergers and acquisitions may look strategic on paper, but for employees, they bring a lot of uncertainty and cultural shifts also. So from a people and HR perspective, how do you ensure alignment and successfully integrate teams during M&A transitions?
See, merger and acquisition, if you ask me from a integration point of view, quite often I have seen people acquire business, that miss something that they acquire people as well.
Yeah.
And acquisition of people is a very, very delicate topic. I can quote multiple examples. I had a huge in the sense, vast experience on M&A. I have seen very successful and I have seen failure as well. What I really understand that your people drive the business. So you need to integrate what kind of a people expectation are. So there are two things. It's basically, I call it in a simple demand and supply way. It's like, what is the demand and what is the supply? Demand comes from business. Supply comes from people. So business expectation and people expectation has to be met in M&A. 90% of our efforts are basically into business expectation because there is a hurry. And this hurry comes from the measurable task. You can easily measure how business get integrated. You can easily see where is your sales going. You can easily see your cost. You can easily see your ROI. You can multiple things you can see. What is we miss to integrate is basically the people. There are two different kind of style, skill, competence. I'll give you a very simple example. In a pharmaceutical world, if you are integrating two pharma companies or two business, One is on to chronic, other one is, let's say, on acute. Now, if I give you that, acute is basically where you need to be more fast and agile in the market. Chronic, where you have to harvest. Acute is more where you have to hunt. So it's a different kind of a skill set. Now, what is going to happen if these two businesses will merge? Processes might be the same. You can bring the same SAP model, or you can bring the same Oracle, and you can have the same material. You can have all corporate communication will create the same brand and everything. But the people are different. They have a different mindset. They have a very different customer segment. They have a different approach to meeting to the customer. So are you doing anything there? And I failed the investment there. I'm not saying they don't discuss, but I failed to see a major investment there. And that's where I see most of the successful integration is who take care of the people dynamics as well. And this is the most or the neglected thing during a big integration. So my emphasis will certainly be that business integration is all about people integration to the business mindset. So that's how you put the people first, automatically business will come.
Devesh sir, I see a lot of freshers today tend to overlook recruitment as career options, sometimes without fully understanding the scope and its growth in the field of HR. So from your perspective, why should young professionals seriously consider building a career in HR and recruitment?
See, the interesting, once again, very pointing questions as I'm saying this. Why people should accept HR as a career, if I look at that. I was giving you one example. Gone are the days when we used to study. I'll give you a very basic example. In my school days, there was always a difference of 3 to 6 weeks. If Dhurandhar will release in Mumbai in the month of May, it will reach to the smaller town maybe after 3 months.
Yes.
There's a lag. There was a time lag for everything. But today it is not. Now, what does it mean? What is differentiating is not the knowledge, skill and technology. It's basically people who are the differentiating factor. And if you choose an HR profession, you are going to be in the front seat. You are into the front row to look at what is happening at the business. But mind it, as I was talking about for my interview question, don't prepare and mug up for the role, mug up for the profession. Prepare yourself. Are you able to understand what business expect from the people? Are you able to meet the business expectation through people expectation? There is a demand and supply. Business needs these things. You are in the center place where you will create that process, system, incentive, compensation, design, culture, well-being and everything so that these people will meet the business expectation. And this is something very challenging, very exciting. You will get an opportunity to meet different cultures. You will meet different people and you will evolve by meeting such people. I'm not saying you will not get if you are in marketing or a sales and finance, but there is a limitation there. Here, you are the only person who are going to meet all across all kind of business fields. You will meet finance guy also. You will meet sales guy also, R&D guy, manufacturing guy, technology guy. So you are basically the aggregator of the knowledge in the organization. You can play a Zomato or a Swiggy of the organization where every knowledge comes to you and you filter it and you say, okay, this is what I need for the people. And that's very important piece for me. If you have a passion to bring the knowledge and convert knowledge into competence, you are the right person to be in the HR profession.
MBA HR students, if you are listening, that this was one of the most important piece of advice you would have ever heard. Devesh sir, it is now time for rapid fire, my favorite section. No corporate filters, no long frameworks, one line answers if possible. My first rapid fire question goes to you right now. Resume first or LinkedIn first?
I would not say both.
Okay. Degrees or
not resume, not LinkedIn, is basically your competence and experience.
Great. Degrees or skills?
Skills, knowledge, and attitude.
Experience or attitude?
Attitude anytime. More importantly, why I'm saying degree and skills, which you talk about it. I would request all the listeners, please go through and look at all the business tycoons and the business billionaires in our country. Look at their qualification.
Okay.
They don't hold degree.
Yes.
See, degree sometimes is I would say, basically restrict your knowledge. If you are not having degrees, for example, I'm not saying you should not get educated, but if I'm an HR professional, then I remain an HR professional. But I should be first professional and then I should be an HR professional.
Top interview mistakes candidates repeat again and again.
They interview for the job, not for the career. And that's where they become very nervous and they start. See, there is a two words which everybody heard about it. You don't go for interview to impress, go for express. If you are able to express, you're talking about your capability and your knowledge. The moment you start impressing, you will fail.
Biggest red flag in an interview?
I think I have already said, don't try to impress and being showy and try to come back with some kind of that I'm from here and I'm there.
Okay.
Talk about content.
Yes.
It's not Insta Reel where you can get in 5 seconds be selected. So bring the content. Don't spend too much on packaging.
Online certifications, useful or overrated?
Very useful.
Great. My last rapid fire question goes to you right now. AI, will it replace recruiters? Agree or disagree?
Disagree.
Great. Devesh, this was packed with real insight, practical, honest, and incredibly valuable for anyone trying to grow their career the right way. Thank you, sir, so much for joining us and sharing your experiences so openly. And to everyone watching, if this conversation gave you clarity, confidence, or a new perspective on hiring and careers, make sure you stay connected with us because many more such conversations like this are coming with top HR leaders, founders, and decision makers. This is Let's Share It From, where careers get clearer, one conversation at a time. Bye for now. Please take care and see you soon in the next episode of Let's Share It From. Till then, stay connected.